Today I'm going to show you exactly how to build multi-app approval workflows in Zapier. We've got Airtable, ClickUp, Slack, and Gmail all wired together so every request gets tracked, assigned, and communicated without you touching anything. Let's get into it. We're signed in and looking at the dashboard. First thing before we build anything, click Connected Accounts in the left sidebar. I need to make sure Airtable, ClickUp, Slack, and Gmail are all connected. If any are missing, add them right now. The Zap won't work without them, and it's way easier to do it up front than to hit an error 3 steps in. Mine are good, so I'm heading back to the dashboard. Now let's create the Zap. Click Create in the top left, then Zaps. The editor opens with a blank trigger step waiting. We're starting with Airtable. Click the trigger step, search Airtable, and select it. For the event, pick New Record. This fires every time a row gets added to our approval table. Hit Continue. Choose your Airtable account. I'm using the one I just confirmed. Then pick the base that holds your request. I'm going into the operations base and the table called Approval Requests. If your table is named something else, that's fine. Just make sure it has fields like request title, request type, submitted by, reviewer, priority, due date, and notes. That's the data we'll map later. Continue. Now test the trigger. Click Test Trigger. Zapier pulls a sample row and shows all the fields. I see request title, type, submitted by, and so on. If it can't find a sample, pop over to Airtable, add a new row, and test again. Happens all the time. I'm going to select this record and click Continue with selected record. Next, we create the ClickUp task. Hit the plus button below the trigger. Search ClickUp. Select it and choose Create Task. Continue. Pick your connected ClickUp account. Then work through the hierarchy. Workspace. I'm picking Team Workspace. Space is approvals, folder is incoming, and the list is review queue. You need these already set up in ClickUp. Now we map the task details. Task name gets the request title. Click in the field, use the Insert Data dropdown, and pick Request Title. For the description, I'm going to build a clean block that gives the assignee everything they need without opening Airtable. I'll type request type : then insert the request type field. New line, submitted by : insert submitted by. Same for priority, due date, and notes. The insert data tool lets you drop fields in line while you type, so you can format it exactly how your team likes. This becomes your consistent task template. Click Test Step. If it succeeds, you get a green check. I'll switch to ClickUp real quick. There's the new task with all the info. Now add a Slack notification. Click the plus again, search Slack, pick Send Channel Message, continue. Connect your workspace and choose the right channel. I'm sending to #approvals queue. For the message, I'll write New Approval Request : and insert request title. Then on a new line, from : submitted by, priority : priority, due : due date. Keep it scannable, clear headings and spacing so someone can read it in 2 seconds. Test step, check Slack, message appears right in the channel. If you sent to the wrong channel, your team never sees it, so double check that dropdown. Now send the email to the reviewer. Plus again, search Gmail, send email, continue. Pick your Gmail account. The to field is where most people mess this up. You need the reviewer's email address from Airtable. I have a field called reviewer email, and it's a simple email field. Click in the to field, insert reviewer email. If it's a linked record or a lookup field, the email won't come through clean. You might need a formatter step to extract it. But if it's plain, this just works. Subject, new approval request : and insert request title. Body, I'll give a quick summary. A new approval request has been submitted, period, then the details. I'll list request title, submitted by, priority, due date, and the notes field. That way the reviewer can decide right from the inbox. Test step, I'll pop over to Gmail. The email hit my inbox with all the fields populated. Now glance over the whole Zap. You've got the Airtable trigger, then ClickUp, Slack, Gmail. Before publishing, I always rename the steps so I remember what each one does 6 months from now. Click the step name at the top. I'm calling this Create Approval Task in ClickUp. Next one, Notify Team on Slack. The last one, Send Email to Reviewer. While you're here, hover over each step and look for any orange dots or missing field warnings. The Gmail to field is the big one. If it's blank, the Zap will run silently and no one gets notified. I'm also double checking that the email body actually contains the notes field because that's where the request details live. Everything looks solid. Let's publish. I'm naming the Zap multi-app approval workflow. Click Publish. It flips on. Now it's live and will trigger on every new row. We'll run a full end-to-end test. I'm opening Airtable and adding a new record. Request title is new laptop, request type equipment, submitted by is me, reviewer email I'll use my own for testing, priority high, due date tomorrow. Save the row, it usually takes under a minute. I'll go to Zap history in the left sidebar. There it is. The Zap fired. Now verify. ClickUp has a task called New Laptop. Slack got the message. Gmail delivered the email with the right subject and body. That confirms the whole chain. Now that it's working, there are a couple of things you'll probably want next. First, after the email goes out, you likely want to update the Airtable row so you know it's been notified. Add another action after Gmail, search Airtable, choose Update Record, pick the same base and table, then map the record ID directly from the trigger. It's under Custom when you insert data. Set a status field to Notified or Email Sent. That way you can filter your view so only unprocessed rows stay visible. I'll add that step now just so you see where it lives. Another common one, if you have different approval paths based on request type, IT versus HR for example, you drop a path step right after the Airtable trigger. Zapier's paths editor lets you build conditions without code, and then you route to different sets of actions. And keep an eye on your task usage if you're on a free plan. Every step per Zap run counts, and with a high volume of requests you can hit your limit. You can monitor that under billing. If this helped, hit like, subscribe so you catch more Zapier workflows, and leave a comment saying it was helpful. Comments push this to other people looking for the same thing.